Hey there. So here we go. Day 4. 7 days in Philemon verses 1 through 4. Day 4 is focused on gospel connections. Before we even get into that, though, we need to distinguish between eisegesis and exegesis. Finding a gospel connection does not mean that in every passage we should force a direct reference to Jesus into the text. We want to use proper hermeneutical principles and draw out what is actually there. The question for today is, how does Philemon 1 through 4 connect to Christ and the gospel? At this point, you've already looked at the structure, the context, and the main point. You've started to form an idea of what the book of Philemon is about. Now you are asking how this passage fits into the larger story of redemption. You're not trying to find Jesus in the passage artificially. Instead, ask how the truths in these verses depend on, reflect, or flow out of the gospel. So here's what you do in your 15 minutes of study today. Read Philemon 1 through 4 again, then read the one-sentence main point you wrote yesterday. After that, ask this question: what in this passage is only possible because of what Christ has done? Look for gospel-shaped ideas. Some of those may come through words and themes such as grace, peace, fellowship, reconciliation, identity, love, and belonging. Then write 1 or 2 sentences explaining how this passage connects to the gospel. You might wonder, how do I figure that out? Here are some questions that can help. Why can Paul call Philemon a beloved fellow worker? What does grace mean in light of Christ? What does peace mean in light of the gospel? How has Christ changed the relationship between the people named in these verses? How does this opening prepare us for reconciliation Paul will later urge between Philemon and Onesimus? Does the passage point directly to Christ, or does it show the fruit that the gospel produces in Christian relationships? We are now past the halfway point. Day 1 was structure, see how the text is built. Day 2, context, see where the text belongs. Day 3, main point, melodic line, see what the text is saying. Day 4, gospel connections, see how the text relates to Christ and his work. So the final assignment for today is simple. Write 1 or 2 sentences explaining how the main point of Philemon 1 through 4 connects to the gospel. The goal is to find the gospel connection through the text, not around it. And I hope that is helpful. I'll see you soon.